Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Ridertown Radio. They didn't kick us out yet, so we're keeping the place.
It's ours now, bitches. Fuck off.
Yep. Yeah, I wonder who owned this place before we came here.
Well, they ain't getting it back now.
Yeah.
I saw a plaque on the wall that said Ishino Mori, so I don't know.
Well.
Hmm.
Who knows?
Yep.
Yeah, who knows?
So, this week we will be talking about Kamen Rider Ghost episode 6, Power Rangers Dino Charge episode 17.
As you can tell, we're still teaching Noble how to count.
Yeah.
His little adventure.
Eventually, he needs to watch. Well, just have him watch O's. He'll count the medals.
1, 2, and 3 left goes on.
See?
Anything goes, coming up O's.
By George, I think he's got it.
I love that song.
Yeah.
That is one of the best Rider tunes ever.
Yep.
Especially when you actually watch the music video and you see it's a black guy singing.
Well,
It's like, you don't expect that when you're looking at a Japanese tune. That's all I'm saying. It's a big old ska party.
and it's weird seeing David Tennant as a bad guy, but he pulls it off.
I have not seen Jessica Jones yet, so...
I just binge watched like 3 episodes and I had to stop myself because I knew it was going to start blending together with everything.
But speaking of Rider openings, just a bit of news I heard before we get on to Ghost. They announced what band is going to be basically singing the theme song for the Kamen Rider Bat Ride War Genesis game.
Yeah.
It's this band called, I believe, like Tourbillon.
Oh,
And I don't know, they sung some song about breaking a chain or something. I don't know.
yeah, I was about to say, that's the team behind Kiva.
Yeah,
His theme
I don't
song.
know. There's just some song about breaking a chain. There was some beating hearts in there. I don't know.
Some balking chickens.
Yep.
You had my attention. Now you have my interest.
Yeah, that game's going to be cool. I just wish I had any of the systems where you can get the game on it.
Yep, so do I. Just like I kind of wish my DS was Japanese compatible so I could get the Ghost DS game.
Damn region locks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think the PS4 has a region lock, though.
No, Sony systems don't.
Yeah.
Nintendo
And it's
does.
even worse because the closest GameStop that has the Dragon Knight game can't ship to my house.
There's places that still carry that thing.
I have
Yes.
it. I have the game.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's just like it's basically just like a reskin of Climax Heroes.
I was going to say, isn't it just Climax Heroes just without all the other characters?
Yeah, it's funny. In one of the stages, the track that plays in the background at the very beginning, you can hear the beginning of the Kuga theme song.
That's hilarious.
It's like, oh hey, it's Kuga.
That is hilarious.
It's very surreal.
And our featured topic is our favorite rider kick.
We're not even 5 minutes in, we're already incredibly off topic.
We're in for a good one. The rails have already come off.
Yeah, what rails?
There were no rails. Where we're going, we don't need
need
rails.
rails.
Well, we kind of
Unless
do.
we're on the Denliner, then yeah, we do kind of need rails.
I was about to say, aren't we on the Denliner? We just make our own rails.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, aren't we one of those shift cards and we get those awesome CGI rails?
Well, those are highways, but yeah.
Well,
Similar idea. Anyway.
so let's talk about Kamen Rider Ghost.
Yeah.
Yep.
And in this episode, Spectre is slightly less of a dick.
Yep. So you spend most of the episode talking to an icon.
Yep.
It's not a it's a Ganma icon that's supposed to be his younger sibling that's dead, air quotes.
Dead? Question mark?
All I know is my note for that one is, the icon's talking!
Well, I mean,
It's the Kabuto Hyper Battle movie all over again.
Oh, don't remind me of that. That was so stupid. Talking Zectors.
I mean, in the Ghost preview video thing, the icons like moved around and blushed and like winked and stuff. That was kind of cool.
Which
I
also,
think they might be trying to like show something similar to that.
Can I just say what a weird first impression of Ghost that was.
I know, right? It's like they make you think the icons might be sentient. It's like, oh no, not again. And
Yeah,
they're not,
no, it was
thankfully.
like, no.
I just finished the video and I'm like, what?
I know it's a case
Just
of
what?
it's a case of what the flies did I just watch?
Yeah.
Because that just made no damn sense.
Yeah.
It's like icons from space. What?
What? Maybe that is just the secret origins. The video suggests that was all just a weird dream that Takaru had. So,
Even the dead can have weird fever dreams.
yep, yep.
Even the dead can smoke weed.
How does he smoke weed? He has no lungs.
Well, and I think it was like episode 2. It showed he had a skeleton, even though he's a ghost.
He just passes through the smoke in his intangible form. There you go.
Just absorbs it through osmosis, through his ghost skin.
Yeah, but in like episode 2, he gets electrocuted, and you see as a skeleton, even though he's a ghost.
I missed that.
I remember seeing that and I laughed.
Yeah, it's when he's in Musashi and he gets electrocuted.
I remember that's where he got electrocuted, but I guess I missed the part where he had a skeleton.
Yeah, you see, it's like the cartoony thing where they get electrocuted. You can see the skeleton for a split second.
Skeleton.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and look at that later.
Yeah.
And I'll probably put a picture in the video, so just for the hell of it.
Yeah. So
work.
Episode 6, Ghost. Let's go.
I like how they updated the Spectre intro now has him.
Yeah.
I just said the Spectre intro. Yes.
Spectre. Yes. My favorite show is Kamen Rider Spectre, Episode 6.
Kamen Rider Spectre Episode 3 featuring Ghost.
Yes. Guys, did you see last week where Ghost made his debut? He was kind of a dick. I mean, he stole Nobunaga and everything.
But yes, they added Spectre in his hoodies to the intro, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
And it
There's something interesting that this is just kind of the thing that I always notice, that it showed him using the gun outside of Nobunaga form in the opening, so it confirms that he can use that just in Spectre Damashi.
Well, was that a gun form or was it in the slappy hand form?
Well, it showed him shooting, so it was in the gun form.
Ah.
So I always wondered, like, what's stopping him from just, like, it always just showed him using gun form in Nobunaga, but I was just like, well, what's stopping him from just doing it in Spectre?
Well, we find out he uses gun form in another form, too.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll get to that. And once again, their time jumping is being weird, because it's gone from, like, what, he had 57 last time, now he's up to
like
45. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, these guys like to sit on their asses a lot.
Oh, that reminds me, I guess kind of spoiler alert. The titles of the first 2 episodes for next month have been released, and episode 10 is called Gather the 15 Icons.
So, yeah, by December, he's going to have everything.
Yeah, so we are, like we predicted, we're going to have more than likely all 15 by episode 10.
And it's just going to turn into a juggling game. It's like, who's got what?
You know what I think's going to happen? I think he's going to be like, yay, I'm alive. I'm dead. Damn it.
But that
Oh my god. So basically they pull a Dragon Ball Z. Gather the 15 icons, wish him back to life. They fly off, he dies again. Damn it!
And then Spectre goes Super Saiyan.
Oh gosh. I hope he doesn't get a gold form. That would look weird.
Well, no. Houdini's his Super Saiyan form.
That would be a very different show if, in order to power up, Goku had to merge with his motorcycle.
No, he merges with Cloud Nimbus. He becomes a Cloud Dopant.
Okay, you just shoved like 3 different things together.
Yes, I did.
Anyway.
But yeah, that makes me wonder, like, there's only 3 episodes until that. So we have 3 episodes to get, what, like 8 icons?
Well, they're shoving another one at us next episode.
Yeah, but then I believe we aren't getting one the episode after that, unless I forgot.
And then Spectre just pulls a bunch out of his ass.
Yeah, he just pulls like 5 out of his ass. He's like, oh, I just got these yesterday. It was a very busy week.
The amount of time between
It explains why he's such a tight ass. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Making all the jokes. Noble.
Anyhow,
So in this episode, we get Beethoven.
and
And the Mozart Ganma.
Yep.
we
Who makes everyone deaf, which was a very surreal experience.
that was a cool effect. I really
Yeah, that was
liked
really
that.
cool. Like it's so surreal to see like him transforming but not hearing the sound effects. Or just
When it
anything.
first happened, I was freaking out. Like, did my phone just die on me?
Yeah, I was lucky because I actually knew about it before I watched the episode, so I didn't get tricked by that.
And I just thought it was really cool because like
Yeah.
everything else is silent, and then you just see the Ganma just like humming or whatever, and like
Yep.
he's the only thing you can hear. It's like that's really cool.
Yeah.
I like it when things do that and with sound and stuff. Like they'll put silence in it like that.
Yep. Also,
Like
I post about this on my Twitter, but with shameless plug, Twitter in the description. During one of the transformation scenes, the one where it's all silent, it basically just looks like when he transforms, it basically just looks like they pasted the ghost icon over the belt with like Photoshop.
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like what all of them are.
I know, but
But because
like
there's
at least
no
with,
noise, it's even more prevalent.
yeah, with the other ones, I mean, it does that thing where the kind of like projection comes out and it gets bigger then fades away. But with this, it was just kind of appeared and then faded a little, and
Yeah.
and the way it was angled, it basically just looked like someone stuck it on the screen.
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah,
But yeah.
you can see that I added a picture with the post on my Twitter,
But yeah,
Shameless plug over.
that silencing effect was really cool.
Yeah, that was a really neat thing. And then I believe after that we see how much better Edison looks on Spectre.
Yes, I know. That's another one of my notes. Edison Spectre actually looks really good as opposed to
Yeah,
Edison Ghost, which looks terrible.
Spectre, you can just keep it. Just keep it.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
be happy with him keeping it.
Yeah,
but he gave it to Alan.
Yeah, which
yeah,
I
it's
have to
like
wonder.
here, use this and like what does he use that for?
Yeah, that
I'm-
I'm confused by.
I'm
What?
both confused, curious, and incredibly worried.
Yeah, I don't want to. I want to know at the same time. It's like I am very concerned.
Speaking of being incredibly worried, Sage at the very end.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah. But yeah, we saw what the Gon hand does when it's in hand mode. It just kind of extends and then
It has Mr. Fantastic powers. It's stretchy.
yeah, Ghost pulls out Musashi to transform. The Spectre's like, no, mine, and
Bitch slap.
extends his hand, grabs Ghost, and electrocutes him. Dick. Electrocutes him so badly it causes him to untransform.
Also, yeah, one other thing to note with Edison Spectre is that he does have the dual horns, even though
Yeah.
originally it only had the one horn.
Yeah, which the toys can't do. So yeah. And another thing that toys can't do is that it also showed that his belt just does the back shimmy hero no matter what, even though the belt doesn't do that.
Yeah, because that's programmed for one rider or the other. A downside
Oh,
for
really?
having. Yeah.
Yeah,
So even if you put in Spectre first and then you put in...
yeah, it doesn't
that
matter.
sucks.
Yeah.
I personally just thought like would it have really been that hard to just put like a switch? Like okay, you push the switch one side for Ghost standby, and you push the other side for Spectre standby.
I feel like if they had just programmed it so it's like, okay, whatever
Like the
icon you put
Yeah.
in last. So
yeah, like the mock driver did that, where it kind of remembered.
Yeah, make
Yeah, or kind of like the dry or the Gaim faceplates.
Yeah, something like that, or
Well,
like
the
a
guy
lot
with faceplates only. There's only like what 4 pension sounds in general.
yeah.
So
Isn't there 5 now?
No,
Because
no.
of Kamen Rider douchebag Lemons, because
No.
his faceplate has its own noise, doesn't it?
no, it's just the come on thing.
Yeah, I think it's a
Okay.
barren noise.
The way it works, there's 2 buttons. Gaim doesn't press any buttons.
Yeah, Gaim's default.
Gaim's
Okay.
default, and then Baron presses one, and I think Ryugen presses the other, and then the Bravo one presses both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, slight downside of your collectible not having its own electronics.
Yep.
You can only
But
do but so much with that.
Except I believe Boost has electronics in it when
Yeah.
that gets released.
But I think
Whatever
the only
that looks
electronics
like.
that has is lights.
Yeah, but at least it's something.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Beethoven.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
jacket is amazing. I love.
Yep. So speaking of Beethoven, though, something I was noticing is the number on it looked wrong.
No,
Because
Because he's number 6.
that's
yeah,
what I was going to say. I apologize. I got that fact wrong last episode. Beethoven is 6.
which
So does that make
That makes
now
Billy
that I
the
think
Kid
about it, that
5.
makes sense. That makes sense because Musashi and Edison's a set, so that's 1 and 2. Then Newton's probably going to be the Bandai Premium.
no, Newton
The,
came out with in the
Yeah.
Drive Surprise Future set with the
no, I mean the Parka.
Oh, the Parka.
oh,
The
you're talking about
Parka
those. I thought
Ghost
you were talking about
for
the
the
actual
Oh,
figures.
icons.
Yeah, because the figures of Musashi and Edison's Parkas came together. Then the next series, which is after Ghost, so GC04, is Robin and Billy the Kid.
Isn't GC03 Spectre?
yep.
Yes, the Ghost repaint.
Yeah,
Basically.
it upsets me because not only did you miss the joke with Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, but you also missed the joke with the six shooter and Billy the Kid.
I know, we had that whole setup last
Yeah,
time,
we
and
had
now
that
it's just
whole
like,
setup. We came up with that. That would have been amazing. I'm disappointed in you, Toei.
Yeah, thanks, Toei. You ruined
Like
our
you were
joke for
you.
your
What happened,
minion.
guys? You were like the pun masters. Your belt itself does nothing but do wordplay.
and then watch as Billy the Kid will be 7. And then it's just us wondering, what the hell is 5?
I
Yeah.
don't remember his. I was going to make a joke, but I don't remember his name.
So yeah, and we still don't know when Ghost's last like normal icon before it gets boost Benkei. We don't know when that's happening. I believe.
Uh,
Maybe that's number 5.
No, it's. I'm pretty sure it's 7. I might be wrong though, but
Or no, Blade's number 5, because 5's was number 4.
uh,
No. Bad puns.
yes.
uh, so yeah, the parka that's really it's amazing. I love it. The piano parka looks like something right out of the 70s.
I like
And
his,
it can go on.
I like how his, conducting power turns music into rainbows.
Yep. I have a
And
feeling we're not going to see Beethoven a lot because that is a lot of CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I also love that he plays his piano jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually looking for that. I must have missed him doing that, because all I saw
Yeah,
him was mostly waving his hands to...
yeah, he like pokes the keys on his jacket.
He does it like really quick for like
Yeah.
one scene.
Nah, that must have been why I missed it, because it was a blink and you miss it type
Yeah.
thing.
One problem I do have with Beethoven is I think the logo is a little too dark. It's hard to see at some angles.
Yep.
Like I feel like if it was just like a little lighter gray.
Yeah, I didn't really notice even the logo is.
Down the middle it's four strings like, in a piano or a violin and then there's some music notes to the side of it.
Ah, okay.
It's a neat design. It's not my favorite, but it's neat.
So if Ghost, Kiva, and all of the Hibiki riders have a
Please.
superhero Tyson thing, that would be the best band in the world.
Yes, we need like a freaking Kamen Rider symphony.
Oh my
Him,
god.
it would just be him conducting them.
Well,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, how many different varieties are there of the Hibiki riders, though? Because, like, there's...
There's trumpet, drums, and guitars.
Yeah,
And then you have Kiva with the violin.
that's true.
Yep.
You have to have a small band, if nothing else.
Yeah.
I think
I don't know.
one
There
of
were a
the...
lot. There were a lot of Hibiki riders.
I think one of them had a harp.
Oh yeah, the
The lady one
the
that got
one
killed.
female rider who died because
Oh.
it's the curse of the female riders.
The only one
There's
who's...
There's been like 2 female riders who haven't died.
Well, 3 if you want to count Nadeshiko's weirdness.
Yeah, but she technically wasn't even human. She's space goop.
Well, she's still neither alive nor dead, so
Yeah, but
whatever
other
you
than
want to
that,
count
you have
that.
Ivala, who is the destroyer of the destroyer of worlds,
And was never seen again.
and was never seen again.
Every time I think of Kivala, I always think of it of like some like quote unquote 20-something living in his basement playing like Dungeons and Dragons online or like World of Warcraft, and he's like, "I am the destroyer of worlds." Then like you hear from like calling down from the basement, "Timmy, it's time for dinner." "Okay, Mom."
That's
But-
an interesting image to go with that.
Yeah, that was something. But this is good timing considering we were talking about female riders. There's been rumors circulating around. I'm not sure if they've been confirmed about what the next like spring Rider movie is.
It's not another Tyson.
From what I've heard, it's going to be like the Battle of Heroines, which is like female riders.
Okay, that's interesting to say.
So it's a bunch of I'm not sure if it's been confirmed or not, but it basically just be like a special centered around the female riders.
Interesting.
Well,
Interesting.
The problem is it's supposedly written by a writer who isn't is well known for not being very
Well known.
well, not very well. He's well known for being sort of like very sexist towards women and stuff like that. So that might be a problem if this is true. I'm not sure if it's been confirmed or not.
I'm going to say it's probably not real, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
I don't know. It'd be neat if it was, but
Back to the episode. Speaking
yeah.
of ladies, there's that one scene with Spectre talking to his brother Icon, and little kid mentions Spectre and Akari.
Yep.
Apparently, these two know each other, and I'm just
Yep.
like, how do you guys know each other? Where did this come from?
Probably
What?
like it's weird considering she's seen him transform like twice and
And
hasn't mentioned it. I assume they were probably like childhood friends or something.
In the now, see, in the subs that I watch, the guy that everyone calls Alan with the feather earrings. In the subs that I watch, his name is also Akari or whatever.
Really?
In the sub, it's something like that. It's spelt like almost the exact same.
if you watch the overtime subs, it says Akari, but I don't know if it's
Yeah, I
referring
don't think
to
it
Alan.
ever refers to Alan as a car.
Because I think it was like right after Akari got in the way of him taking the Musashi icon, which that was a thing that happened.
Yep.
Since we mentioned that.
Yep.
Yeah, but when you think about it though, went to the point where he's like murdering a ghost and murdering all these things, and then it's like, you're in my way, give me the thing, and then it's like, so you're gonna kill her, right? I mean, you're a bad guy, you kill people that get in your way. You're gonna let her go away?
He's just misunderstood.
He's gonna go write in his emo journal.
But no, then he just walked away. It's like, forget it.
Yeah.
He's
So,
gonna go home and listen
I really
to
like
grunge.
I really like how the only reason Ghost even got Beethoven was Spectre was basically like, let him have this one.
pretty much, yeah. It's like,
I'd like to think that in Spectre's mind, he's like, I don't like classical music, I'll let him have it.
Mozart's better.
If he's really gonna steal all the icons from him later on anyway, he's gonna have to take it at some point.
I guess you could say he'll be Bach.
Ah. I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of title involving puns for this episode.
Yeah.
It would have been great if, it wasn't a Mozart Ganma, but a Bach Ganma.
Yep.
Because then if he was like going to leave for like a plot development of like when Spectre and Ghost are fighting again, it would have been great if the Ganma was just like, gotta go, but I'll be back.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if that would work in the Japanese language because it might get lost in translation.
Lots of things don't work in the Japanese language.
And now all I'm hearing is him saying that, but with Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice. Terminator fans will know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you don't even have to be a Terminator fan. Everyone knows what Arnold Schwarzenegger sounds like.
Yeah, I know.
Now, God damn it.
Yeah, but Terminator's where that came from, I believe.
Yeah.
Right, so, anyway, let's see.
God damn you, Crunch. Now all I'm thinking in the back of my mind is Arnold Schwarzenegger going, give me the icon!
Do it now!
Give me the icon!
And this is the part of the podcast where we all do crappy Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonations.
Give me the puns! Now! There we go. There's our title.
The driver down!
Who is the icon and what does he do?
Oh god.
That is kind of
Tuma.
That is kind of what the icons are, though. It's pretty much who's the icon and what does it do. Oh, that fits so perfectly.
Oh my god.
Let's see.
Go get to the icon.
Go! Get to the ship!
Go! Get to the Captain Ghost!
I was just thinking.
Oh god, we need to stop before Crunch kills himself from laughter.
I'm just glad we didn't start doing this during Drive, during the Freeze episodes.
Yep. Oh god.
All the
What
ice
killed
jokes.
the dinosaurs? The ice age.
Actually, it was a Sledge. His meteors.
No, it was Keeper.
Yeah. Well, good job, Keeper. It's all your fault.
Here, take
We can touch
guns
on.
to save yourself.
We can
Oh,
touch on that
shit.
later. Anyway.
Congratulations, dinosaurs! You protected the Energems for all of 30 seconds.
Back to the ghosts. Let's see.
Oh,
what else we
God.
got here?
Uh,
Oh yeah, so our conduit this time was a piano composer, because, Beethoven. And I found it interesting that it was the old creepy guy with the terrible teeth that actually introduced the artifact.
I was getting
he
serious.
did that for the scientist dude too.
I don't know why,
Did
but
he?
just the whole mysterious guy, covered in black clothes, giving this person this item that will further his plans. I was getting some serious Forza flashbacks.
Oh yeah, with them handing out the switches all the time.
Yep. Just don't
'Cause,
tell him to wish on the stars, and that'll all be. Just don't. Please, not now.
Because in episode 2, he gives the scientist dude the Ganma paper and liquid stuff for essentially just summon the Ganma without knowing that he's summoning the Ganma.
But no, I'm talking about he gives them the artifact that's basically going to become the icon.
Yeah. Instead of it just being like them already having the item, yeah.
Yeah.
Or,
Like
stealing it from some rich businessman.
in the case of Robin Hood, yeah.
Yep.
And then the Gamma even tried to get him to commit suicide, and was like, "Wow, that's a dark
Yeah,
turn."
that was actually really interesting.
I mean, just be glad we don't have like a Van Gogh Ganma to make a dude cut his ear off.
Yeah.
Next time on Kamen
Yang yang yang.
to earn the respectability the
Maybe
kid
that
must
part
cut
will
off
give
your
him a
ear.
shirt collar to tug on.
Yeah.
And then the power of hug fixed it again.
Yeah.
Except this time there was no entering.
Yeah. Just kind of hugs him. Because hugs conquer all.
I like that we all neglected to mention how emo Takaru was this episode.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that. This was basically the doubt and fear after getting his ass kicked episode.
Yep.
And
Or as I
Akari.
like to call it, all of Kiva.
That's going to
Yeah,
be interesting.
Speaking of that, I really like how in the span of like 3 episodes, they've managed to get me from hating Ikari to tolerating Ikari to actually liking her.
Yeah, she was really useful this episode, I guess.
Yeah, she was actually like that. I really like that scene with her just like sitting there talking to Takaru without really knowing that she's talking to Takaru because, he's invisible.
Yeah, kind of
That
like
was-
how she did with Sage the episode before.
That was a really sweet scene. I really liked that.
Yeah, and then it's her that also helps talk down the guy right before he's about to jump.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it's kind of like a triple thing, because like Takaru's sitting here listening to her, and also Spectre's there too, in the distance, hearing her.
He just sees Beethoven. He's about to transform. He's like, no, screw it. I'll let him have this one.
I kind of feel like if Team Ghost didn't get there, Spectre would have just kicked him off.
Yep.
It's like you want to jump so badly.
Well, I'm not sure if he's that much of a dick.
Yeah, I don't think
Well,
he would
he
go
wants the
that.
I don't
icon.
think he would
No
go as
matter
far
what.
as murder.
Yeah, that would be a bit much.
It's not murder; it's assisted suicide.
You have problems, sir.
I play too much Call of Duty.
Are you sure that has nothing to do with that deck?
Yeah,
Not at all.
probably.
I like the awkward sounds of me trying to figure out what you were meaning. Like the deck. What are you? Oh, right.
I don't even play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Actually, I do.
Okay then, moving on. Let's see. Last couple of notes I had is the back clock showed up, because that's a thing that needs to
That's
be
the
there.
thing that he's gonna need next episode for toys.
See? Every
I
time
need
he gets
to
a thing, the
power
next
him up
episode-
with his new form. Yeah.
His new gun, basically, because we know that's what that is.
Yep. It gives him.
Well, I mean, it's not like they tried to hide the thing being a gun, considering it has a giant handle behind it.
Yeah.
One cool thing I like about the Bat Clock is that it actually turns into a gun separately from the Gun Saber.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Unlike the Condor phone, it can actually do something by itself.
dual wield.
Yep, dual wield, and then it turns into like this big rifle.
Yep.
When you're plugging
Yeah, that's
up.
one of the things that kind of bugs me about the budget line, again, besides the crappy articulation. The Billy the Kid Damashi thing, it comes with the Bat Clock gun separately, and then it comes with the combined gun, but it doesn't come with the gun mode of the damn sword.
Huh.
So it's like almost like, well, to pose them with both guns, you kind of need to buy Edison to get the other gun.
Yeah.
It's kind of like just like kicking you in the nuts.
Well, it's pretty much assuming you're going to collect everything.
Yeah. Or you could just
3 out of like 6 reviewers I watched already said they're not going to buy any more of the figures because they're all crap.
Yeah.
The one guy I've watched who has been doing that pretty much went on a nice little tangent about that, and it was like...
Was he doing it during a Spectre video?
Yep.
Was he talking about how it sucks being that this is only the third figure, or the third set, the second figure, and we're already getting a repaint?
You were watching Bolt Matrix, weren't you?
Yes, I am.
And I doubt he'd be listening, but hi, Spada.
I don't think is actually going to listen. We like your work. I love watching those Ultraman eggs.
Anyway, back to the episode, and this, my last note is pretty much what we alluded at earlier. Sage talking to the monolith and saying something about a next step, and I'm just like, next step? What next step?
Yeah.
Yeah, supposedly that has like major plot points next.
Yeah, and him chuckling maniacally, and I'm just like, I knew it. I was right.
I knew it. He's a senile old man.
I think actually the next episode is called Another Monolith Activates or something along those lines.
I'm just hoping it's going to be the episode where they finally explain shit, because I'm getting tired of no explanation.
I mean, we're 6 episodes in. We still don't really know the villain's overall goals, or what the Ganma are, what the hell anyone's trying to do.
Well, we had that problem last year with Drive.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't know what the
Yeah, but at
Warpies were
least in
doing.
episode 2, the episode for episode 2 of Drive was, what is a Kamen Rider? And they explained it. It was a name that's basically referred as to basically a horrible murdering monster to the Roid Mutes.
Yeah, but they didn't really explain like what the end game goal for the Roid Mutes was until the very end, or like pretty close to the end.
They said they wanted to gather the promised number. We just didn't really know what the promised number was.
Well, it was still like halfway through the series or
B13,
something.
bingo.
Yeah, we didn't really know until the promised number actually was until like closer to end game. But at least we knew what their end goal was. We just didn't know the exact details. Like we don't even know what the Ganma are trying to do.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about that earlier. It's like, are the Ganma just things that can be summoned that these people are just using for some end goal, or is there like
are
the
they
boss
just being
Ganma
used as means to an end by what's his face dark fishing hat guy?
Yeah, it's like, are these things actually like something that have a goal, or are they just puppets being used by whoever's summoning them?
I'm not sure.
Because like in Gaim we had Invest, which are just mindless monsters, except for the Overlords. So we had the Roid Mutes, which are androids, and now we have the Ganmas, which are spirits or something.
I've also noticed that, is it just me, or have they not been using like the basic grunts a lot?
No, not really.
Yeah,
it's mostly just been the Ganma of the week.
Well, that's usually how they do it. I mean...
Yeah, but it's weird, because, well, I guess Drive didn't really have basic grunts, except for just the low-level Roid Mutes that they kind of threw in there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but those were the grunts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the non-evolved ones were basically the grunts.
Yeah.
Core Roid.
But the problem is, in Drive, they actually had a limited number of them.
Yeah, so they couldn't throw willy-nilly.
I'd like to think there was just like this big whiteboard in the Roid Mute base, and it was like whatever the number of the Roid Mutes were, they had that written down and it said promised number, and every time a Roid Mute died, they'd erase it and write the new number.
I just imagine they're trying to figure out who they want to send out, and they just have like a bingo machine with numbers on, with like numbered balls, and they're just like, number 37, go.
N37, you're up.
Well, that would assume that they were all in the same place all the time,
Yeah.
which they weren't. We all knew that. But anyway,
So this was a good episode.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, character building for Takaru and Akari and Spectre a little bit.
Yeah. I am looking. The thing I really am looking enjoying Ghost is just I want to know more,
Pretty
which I guess
much.
is a good thing because
It's
I'm interested enough in the show to want to know more. So
Yeah.
pretty
I
much.
would
It's
be I would be that horrible person to be like, well, we don't really know a lot about ghosts in real life, so
so should we move on to Dino Charge? Or
yep.
yep.
yeah. Yay, dinosaurs.
Yay! So this was actually I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, this is a really good one.
I really like it because it used a concept that I haven't really seen done in Power Rangers, at least not that I can think of.
Which
That's
is
someone using the Ranger powers to basically be like a vigilante.
oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he
I
didn't
love
even.
seeing Edgy in this episode. O's? Anyone?
Are you
Anyone?
trying to compare the old guy to AG?
They're both purple dinosaurs, god damn it.
Uh,
That's a stretch.
yeah.
Anyway,
Uh,
I do like the
yeah,
fact that they made fun that they used the fact that they were filming in New Zealand for the sake of a
yeah.
plot.
I feel like they've been kind of doing that. They're just like I like in the beginning. I say like a lot. I've come to realize
Yes, yes, you do.
from
You like saying it.
yeah. One thing I've learned from doing this podcast is I say like a lot.
Yeah, if you listen back to it, you say it a lot.
Yep. Because I basically just use it as like word filler when I'm trying to think of something.
We also like to have lots of empty spaces and just say yeah, yeah a lot, which I have
Yeah.
to delete.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're listening to our podcast episodes, you're missing like the extra 5 minutes of just like yeah and silence.
It was about 15 last time.
Yep.
I can see it. Well, yeah, one of us watched. We'll not talk about that, okay?
One of us forgot to watch the episode last week.
Yeah. I
So they
wasn't
go
there
to
for that.
New Zealand, and Chase
Crunch-
mentions that they're not in the area where he can visit his parents and sister.
Yeah, during a sightseeing montage,
Yeah.
he's on the
Where
phone with
Coda
his
wants to go
family.
skinny dipping with
Basically
dolphins.
just like a video postcard for New Zealand. Like come to New Zealand.
Yeah. And I feel like that little thing with him on the phone is a nod to whatever the Christmas special is going to be.
Yeah.
Plus, just a continuity throwback with the whole ticket thing from his sister last episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or no, 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
And yes, we had a funny moment with Coda wanting to go swimming with the dolphins to the point of actually ripping his shirt off. Da-da-da-da-da-da. That's Coda.
Speaking of Coda, apparently some chick was trying to flirt with the actor on Facebook, and he just went straight into Coda mode and said he's born on a mammoth hunt and he lives in Amber Beach. And the person trying to flirt with him replied, "Where's that?" Dugan Shinobi, I believe, reposted it on his page. If you like his page,
That's amazing.
I'm gonna have to look for that. That is funny.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
And for those of you, for more Power Ranger news before we go more into the show, for those of you who are fans of the YouTuber The Completionist or have never heard of
Oh,
him,
yes, I saw this one earlier today. That was really cool.
Steve Cardenas,
Yes.
also known as Rocky from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie,
And
was
Zeo
on
Ranger
The
Blue.
Completionist playing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, the game.
The Super Nintendo version, because there's also a Genesis version, which was different, and honestly,
Genesis.
no matter where you go, that stupid joke.
It'll never escape.
So
It'll never escape.
Star Trek 3, for anyone who has no idea where that's from. But yeah. That was cool. He actually had a Power Ranger on the show.
Which was amazing. The opening was great because they were they basically like refilmed the MMPR opening. And every so
Yes.
often, when it would be a shot of all the Rangers, you just saw him there sitting eating a sandwich.
Good old Gerard. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, go watch that if you guys haven't seen it.
So back to Dino Charge.
Yes. Back to Dino Charge.
Back to the topic at hand.
So yes,
I
the
really
reason
like.
we should give them some context for why they're in New Zealand, because Sledge has been sending goons down there.
Yep.
He's been sending spy ships out of control by bigfoots.
And supposedly someone snapped a picture of one of the ships.
And it's like, hey, that looks familiar. Let's go check it out.
I just loved the image in the newspaper. It was really bad, clip art thing.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised that there isn't a Sledge ship playset yet. With all the monsters we're getting.
I wouldn't be surprised if they made that. That'd be cool.
They could do it like that. Playset since MMPR.
They could do it if they wanted to do that. They could do that in that Imaginext line that they made that giant Megazord out of.
Oh yeah.
That, by the way, that Megazord is so big it can hold the Ghost Amorpher.
Powered
without needing rubber bands or anything, it can literally hold the Morpher.
Wait, in its hand or just
yes,
inside of it?
Yes, in its hand.
Wow.
That's crazy.
There's also a Tiger Zord Imaginext thing out now, and supposedly they're going to be having a Dragon Zord out as well.
Didn't they also release a Triceratops one too?
They have all but the pterodactyl of the original guys,
of
plus
course.
the big Megazord. There's also Goldar and Rita. There's a putty set. Then there's the Ranger 2 packs, where there's the Green Ranger without a dragon shield.
Lovely.
And all of the Ranger suits are more designed off of the movie.
Well,
it's armored.
Well, anyway, back to the episode. So they go out to find the person who took the picture, and he apparently lives in the woods in a crazy camp.
Yep.
As you do when you give Bigfoot tours.
Yep.
And said person is an old guy with a eye patch.
Who is a super awesome adventurer who caught Bigfoots.
He has a cast of a Bigfoot footprints, a tentacle from a giant squid. There was something else he showed them, and then he also showed them a dragon's egg. And I'm just like, dragon's egg? Were you in Briarwood by any chance?
I was kind of hoping the dragon egg was going to be like a plesiosaur fossil, and that's how he got the dino chart or the energem.
Nope.
Nope, he just found it on a rock.
That was a cool scene.
Yes.
That's a weird scene, though, because plesiosauruses are...
They're aquatic.
Water dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And he found that on, the top of a mountain.
You can find dinosaur fossils in the mountains, in places they shouldn't be.
Well, yeah. But, the energem was just, sitting there, and it's
Yeah, that was a little bit odd.
Yeah.
And it's even worse because it was, snowing really hard, and it's it's not even covered with snow. You guys couldn't even put that much effort in it, set design?
Something midichlorian something.
My complaint with that scene is, okay, for context, Purple Ranger finds his energem while climbing a mountain in the middle of a snowstorm to rescue a little girl who had gotten lost. My complaint with that scene is the girl is basically on a rock face where she could have fallen to her death at any point.
Yep.
And he leans over, grabs the gem, and then carries her down?
Yeah.
My only other complaint about that is something that's been bugging me since, the episode where, Philip got his energem. When a ranger bonds with their energem, as we've seen in episode 1, they get a fossilized Gabu revolver, for lack of calling it the American name, because that's stupid. And my whole thing is, well, if when they just bond with the battery, they get the gun, then that's weird, and that means that they could have been Power Rangers since so long ago.
Oh, yeah,
it's just more or less, for me, it was more less a continuity error of how come he didn't get the gun when he bonded with the thing.
Actually, now that you bring up the gun, that is actually a point. He never pulled it out once this episode.
Yeah. Except for the stock morph.
Yeah, you see it in the stock morph where he uses it, but
And he's
obviously,
freaking out like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm old.
well, he doesn't even know what a Power Ranger is for crying out loud.
Yeah.
So,
I will say I love his morph where he just holds the charger and he basically like decades into his suit.
speaking of his
Dino
suit,
Charger, decade.
speaking of his suit, that thing actually looks gorgeous because it actually looks
Yeah.
proper. Like the arms match the rest of it. It's not some weird discoloration.
Yeah.
Unlike the freaking Gold Ranger outfit, which is hideous as all crap.
Yeah.
It's like
Don't you mean the
sand.
Tan Ranger?
Whatever. It's just so ugly in
Yeah.
the American footage.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Or I guess this is New Zealand footage since they're in New Zealand.
Western footage.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
It looks
original
it,
footage.
it looks
Yeah.
like the gold faded so much that that it was like we need to have him look kind of yellow.
Yeah.
Hey, suit actor, come over here. You see the sand?
Go roll around in it for a little bit.
Or yeah, it's basically like that one scene from Family Guy. Hey, you see this fire hydrant? Bam, 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 bam. There, now you're the Sand Ranger.
I also like our intro scene for the Purple Ranger when you actually see him in the suit is he's just stopping a someone who tried to
Mugger.
steal a bike.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm
And
like,
then he proceeds to run like a little bitch because everyone's starting to chase him.
I'm just like, it's nice to see there's still regular old crime in the PR universe instead of
Yeah.
just having giant monster attacks.
Yeah.
It's not really something they touch on very much.
Well, they also don't touch on where the hell the military is.
That is also true.
I kind of feel like there is no military, and that's why the Power Rangers exist.
I think the closest to
Yeah.
military there is probably at this point is like whatever organization was funding Lightspeed Rescue and the Silver Guardians.
And Time
Yeah.
Force.
Well, Time Force is far-flung future, but yeah.
Well, yeah, and they went to the past to fight for the future, to reclaim the digital world.
Uh, you just went there.
I was holding off, and then it's just like in my mind, the words were just like cranking in, like, keep going, keep going. But yeah.
And our Purple Ranger is a total chicken.
Yep.
You
I
know,
did
for
really-
being a plesiosaur, you sure are a chicken.
I did like Albert as like a character.
Yeah, he is an
Yeah, he
awesome
was nice.
character.
I kind of want him to be around like more.
Yeah.
I did like the training montage sequence where he basically kicks the pants off of the rest of the team.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
the scene in almost every series where the old curmudgeon dude is like somehow 100 times more in shape than the Rangers.
Well, he's better off than his Kyoryuger counterpart, which kept snapping his back every few
Oh,
seconds.
you mean like
Yeah.
what happened later in the
Yeah, I
episode?
did like how they did use the like snapped back thing because that was one of my favorite jokes from Kyoryuger.
Yeah, then I'm pretty sure he was just faking that one, just to fake out the monsters.
Yeah.
It's like he finally gets his courage and decides to take on two monsters who were reanimated, including the
Ice Age and Stingray or something like Stingrage or something like that.
I only remember his Kyoryuger name, which was Virus Sun.
I think his American name was Stingrage. But it was cool to see the three quote-unquote world-ending monsters together like we see in Kyoryuger.
Yeah, they're like the Extinction Trio or something.
Yeah, Ice Age, Meteor.
Yes, they once again reintroduced the Reanimator, which I didn't really think about this when they did it in the Halloween special, but the Reanimator is just a bunch of Christmas lights.
Yep.
How does a bunch of Christmas lights equal a Reanimator?
How does a little toy car turn you into a superhero?
And point goes to you.
How does a gun shoot bullets when you load it with batteries?
Fair enough. Moving on. And speaking of the Extinction Trio, though, we got that scene of them playing around with the
Bomb.
Yeah.
Meteor bomb.
Which also included Tyler pulling out the Packy punch from the out of nowhere.
Yep.
And yes, I know that is just Sentai footage, but still, that made no sense.
Yep. It would have been a little nice if, like, maybe they had, like, a little training montage clip or something like that where it was I don't know, maybe Philip doing like a Skype call with them, teaching them the move.
That would have been interesting, yes. But problem is Philip didn't hang around very long, whereas at least in Kyoryuger they had a reason for it being there.
Well,
Yep.
I mean,
Pretty sure
when
Gray showed
you're
it to him.
an emperor, you can't be dead. Or, well, not an emperor. When you're a king, you can't really be dead.
He's not even a king, he's a prince!
Well, tomato, tomato.
It's the freaking...
Kiva's a prince, but he gets an emperor form.
Kiva didn't sit on that throne very long either. He had it for like one episode.
Kiva was too busy sitting on other things. Depression.
I have a feeling we're gonna have a fun time with that on a retrospective.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, I love Kiva, but it's so fun shitting on him.
Is that actually one you watched all the way through?
It's not one I've watched all the way through, but I've seen the very last episode.
We're gonna have to add that to the retro corner, which we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that afterwards. Then we actually got to see the Anki Zord again in the mech fight.
Yep.
Along with the debut of, what was it, Tri-Ankilo or whatever?
Something like that.
It's like Ankilo Paki formation or something.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
The Kung Fu formation.
Kyoryuger Kung Fu,
yeah.
yeah.
Kyoryugen Kung Fu.
And still no sign of the partner ranger.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's not gonna show up till Supercharge.
I still don't understand why. That is really stupid,
Yep.
but whatever. But yeah. Monsters get defeated, and then Albert decides to give up the Energem.
Yep.
Which, that's actually cool. The Keeper can actually unbind them from it.
Yeah. It's like the Advent Master from Dragon Knight, which again is a show we'll have to talk about.
Yeah.
Yes. Now all they have to do is find someone to take his place. I don't know who they could possibly
I don't know who
get.
could possibly ever do that, Kendall. What?
It couldn't possibly someone who wears glasses and is kind of a bitch but still smoking hot at the same time. Oh wait, they do know someone who's like that.
I mean, it's not like they have to pick someone who's really violent.
Ha!
Okay, that one was a stretch.
It's not the first time that stretch has been used. I don't remember what battery number that is.
So yeah, overall good episode.
Yeah, it was good.
Definitely more.
Out. I wish Albert could have stuck around, but maybe we'll see him again. I don't know.
Yeah. This episode actually gave us stuff to talk about, unlike the last episode where we just kind of fizzled.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, a good episode. There's only a few more episodes left until the show goes back on hiatus, and
for however long. Do we have any idea when it's supposed to come back?
Probably, I don't know. Probably usually like February-ish.
So either February or I'm guessing maybe summer.
Yeah, probably February.
Actually, no, summer would be a bad time for that to do that.
Yeah, usually it comes back around February-ish.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you can do like part of it for front half of the year, take a break for a couple of months, and then finish off the bottom half of the year.
And then they probably do ninjas or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one way or another, you guys are gonna have to suffer through that.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we'll pull Zeal and it'll be better than the Japanese.
Hopefully.
We shall see. Assuming that they actually do that and they don't actually decide to play with the trains.
It hasn't been officially stated, but it's been all but said that they're probably going to skip Tokuger.
Yeah, which I don't blame them, but at the same time, it does feel kind of weird that they're skipping them in the modern era.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we're skipping like 2, because we're also skipping Go Busters.
Yeah, which I don't think Saban is ever going to live that decision down.
Yeah.
I mean, the toy for the Megazord in Japan is an eyesore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
I was never really one for Go Busters Mecha, but I do like the suit designs.
Yes, I love the suit designs.
Yeah.
We'll have to
talk and the morph is pretty cool. The fact that it actually says it's morphing time. It's almost as if they made.
It's almost like this series was made to be made in America.
Yeah.
As I sit and look over it. As I sit here and just look over at the morphing brace sitting off to my right.
Yep.
Don't you have a Blue Buster key too?
Yeah, I do. So, feature topic.
Yep.
Featured topic.
Our feature topic is just our favorite final strikes.
Final attack.
Final attack, final strike, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
So do we want to do it like our favorite and then like an honorable mention, or like an honorable mention then our favorite, or just our favorite?
Just if you have honorable mentions, go for it. If you don't, then don't worry about it.
Okay, so who wants to go first? Do we want to do this in rider order?
I can do mine because they're pretty quick. And I have I have one for Sentai, one for Rider.
Okay.
And my Sentai one is the Red Bustard Power Custom finish, where he basically turns into a flaming cheetah. Don't know why.
Explain.
I don't know why it's a flaming cheetah, but that's what he does.
Well, I mean, that's kind of his shtick.
But yeah,
Yeah.
he activates his finisher, charges up for a few seconds, and then charges at the enemy, and he turns into a flaming cheetah in the process.
Yep.
And then my Rider one is I don't know what the official attack name is, but it's basically where the one where he puts Totsolot on the bottom of the Garlu saber, and then uses
Uh.
it to launch himself in the
Oh
air.
yeah. I think it's just like Garu. It's Garu Fever, right?
Yeah,
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
which I like the way he actually utilized the Garlu fever. It's like
Yeah.
first one is like launch himself in the air and then crash down, and then the other one was basically kind of use it like a flaming blade.
Yep.
But yeah, and just in general, most of Kiva's ones are pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's all I got. So, whichever you two want to go next.
Biff, the floor is yours.
For my honorable mention is Oz's Magna Blaze, which is his Tajador Gigascan,
Ah, nice. The giant
the
flaming
giant
firebird.
fire phoenix of death, which he unfortunately only uses like twice, but it practically kills him when he uses it.
Also, just thinking CGI, CGI.
Yeah, CGI.
I mean, it's still just a
Really,
giant.
really, either of any of Tajador's finishers are cool.
Well, his kick attack's kind of but the
Yeah.
firebird Giga Scan is pretty
Yep.
cool, yeah.
Yep. And for my actual pick is the best rider kick ever, the Crimson Smash, Fize's Crimson Smash.
Oh, yeah, with the laser
Yep.
pointer.
And if you want to get more specific, the Axo Crimson Smash.
Isn't that the one
Him
where like
just
he spawned like a million of them and just goes through
yeah, you
all of
spawn
them
a
at
million of
once?
them and hit them all at once.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, he only ever did that in the Paradise Lost movie, I want to
Yeah,
say.
I think he might have done it once in the series. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I remember he did it in the movie though, because there's like the one dude that's like running away, and like the thing just shows up in his back and just smash.
Yeah, now that I think about it, any version of the Crimson Smash really, because you have the blaster form one from the end of Paradise Lost.
Oh my gosh, that is just
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, the giant
Rips the
sweeping
stadium.
light show that destroys the stadium. Yeah, pretty much any version of the Crimson Smash is
Yeah,
just amazing. Most of just the Fize Rider finishers are really cool.
yeah, yeah. Kaiken
And,
has some pretty cool ones, even
yeah,
despite the fact he's a douchebag. But
he's a douche, but he had cool finishers.
okay.
Yeah.
So Noble.
My only Ranger slash Sentai finisher that I've seen that I really like is the Wild Force Wild Saber. I'm gonna call it, where they all could chuck their weapons together to make the giant sword.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it was like
And
the first combo sword we had in
I believe
Power
so.
Rangers.
I
I
believe
think
so.
so, yeah.
Because everything else was like a gun up till that point or a cannon.
Yeah.
Everything after it was a gun or a cannon until Kyryuger.
Oh yeah, with the giant
Then
freaking lance.
then it became the giant spear of justice.
Yep.
Yep,
Which they haven't really used in Dino Charge.
that is true. They haven't really used that very much
They used it like 3 times.
Yep.
in the span of 17 episodes. That's very interesting.
Yep. They practically used it every episode in Jorgeacher.
That is true up until all the other stuff that they got their hands on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then you never saw it again.
Yep.
yeah. As for Ryder, I gotta give an honorable mention to Banana Sparking, just because of the giant banana stabbings.
Was that sparking? Was that
It was one of his moves.
Just
Whichever
most
one
of
where he
his
just makes
moves
it.
that all of his moves involved some sort of banana.
Yeah, that is
Only
true.
And that is a
reason I
sentence I
really
never
like
thought I'd
that.
say.
The only reason though I really like that is because someone used Photoshop on a scene from Bleach where Byakuya uses his Bankai to make all the swords fly up. But instead of it being swords coming up from the ground, they were bananas. So the entire time I'm like, he's barren.
Uh, Tokusatsu ruining multiple words and all fruit since 1971.
uh,
Yeah. And my my favorite rider kick is tied between Kiva's leg exploding open and the drive ping pong finishers.
oh, you mean the drive
Yep.
thing that he barely ever did?
Yeah, he did like
The drive
3 times in
CGI
the
bomb.
show and twice in a movie.
Yeah, the CGI explosion and the Kiva my shin just exploded.
That one I actually know the name of. It's the Darkness Moonbreak.
Yep.
I can English.
The speaking bug still affects us, folks.
Yeah.
We're still getting over it.
It's that damn deck, I'm telling you.
And it's your rider suit, which is a problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I just...
Have you been feeding your
I was
advent beast
mentioning
lately?
this before we started the podcast. Could you imagine if that happened to him outside of the suit? Like, he's just walking. Next thing you know, his shin just explodes open.
Ugh, there's a gruesome image.
Yeah, I'd rather not think about that.
Well, not like it literally exploding, but like it explodes open, like how it does where there's like the giant eyeball and all that. Not like super gruesome where it's like Final Destination, your leg just exploded out to go kill another person 20 miles away.
That is always the one thing I thought was weird about Kiva's kick was just the way it opens up like that. It did always look weird when he's like in the air,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially in like the non-shots where it's not the stock footage shots that they use,
Mhm.
because that whole thing was mostly stock footage for the most part.
Yeah.
But then they fixed it when they gave him Emperor form.
Yep.
Yeah. I kind of feel like if they made that leg kind of like, you know the Batman Beyond logo, how like the wings are like flared up?
Yeah.
If it was kind of like that, but like folded over each other to make it look like his one leg was like a bat sleeping, and then it like broke open so where like the wings are like flared up, so when he's kicking it looks a little better.
Yeah, I could see
I
that
think
working.
that would have looked a little better than the weird like unfolded bird wing way that it looks because of the suit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I like drive ping pong arms.
If I can make an addendum, my favorite finisher is Dark Kiva Wake Up 3.
You mean the one they never showed?
Yeah, because it ends the world.
The fact that you even had more than one wake up.
Yep.
Just wow.
I think it was in the Kamen Rider 4 special. One of his wake ups was a Kamehameha.
I do not remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember that one either.
It was like a really quick scene, but basically he's fighting, I don't remember who, and he just like uses, he just like throws a Kamehameha at a motherfucker. And supposedly it said wake up, I think. I don't remember offhand. All I remember is that he did a Kamehameha, and I was like, whoa.
I don't remember that, no.
I might be blanking, and that might have been from the show.
I don't think he ever did that in this show, no. But it's been
All
a while.
I remember is that he threw something at a motherfucker. I use that word a lot today.
Yep.
But, yeah. You know what I just thought about? You know what we could have done?
What?
Also, as this, we could have done favorite Megazord finishers.
Well, if you want to throw that in, we can. Why not?
Okay.
It's a short topic.
Go first?
No, because I have to think of one.
Okay.
Why don't you guys go first while I try to figure one out?
Noble, you want to go first?
Sure. I'm gonna have to say, because it's the only one I can think of offhand currently, the Time Force finisher where he slices the monster with the sword, and then the sword, like, ticks down the time, and then he explodes.
That got it. I was thinking of the Time Force ones, except I was thinking of the one with the Shadow Force, where it's like the shots, I think.
Oh yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
it's like where like you get the clock and like he shoots the numbers, they all land all over the around the monster, and then the thing freezes before
Yeah.
exploding.
Um.
Yeah.
I like how we both managed to go to Time Force.
Yeah.
Well, it
My
was either that or it was going to be the Kyoryuger jacking off the plesiosaur neck.
Oh gosh, yeah, we're gonna have fun with that one when that shows up.
Yep. My favorite is the Thunder Ultrazord's finisher, where he literally just drops it on the monster.
I remember that, yeah.
That will forever be
Yeah.
my favorite.
The Thunder Zords and their chariot carrier, whatever, on top of Tor, and then they just go squish.
Yeah, the Red Dragon Zord spins its staff around like a helicopter blade, lifts it into the air, and just drops itself on the monster. Uh,
That is just utter stupidity, but that's funny at the same time.
uh,
Could have been worse. It could have been worse.
Considering the chaoticness of some of the other Zords, yeah.
yep.
Yeah. So, I guess that's it for this week.
Yep.
Pretty much outside of the one thing we said we're going to mention. Since Dino Charge is going to be off air pretty soon, we're adding a new section to the show where we're going to be watching an episode of an older writer series every week. And basically, we're going to be working our way through Five since Noble has not seen it, and me and Biff haven't seen it in a long time, so it'll be a
Yep.
refresher for us.
Because we just can't. And we also just can't go an episode without mentioning Fives.
That is true, yes. We did have another Five reference.
Yep.
Well, like, our first episode was the Yongo special, and then I'm sure we mentioned Five somewhere in our
Yeah, we
episode.
probably mentioned somewhere during the Dino retrospective.
And we definitely brought that up last time, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah. Fives will be part of our lineup starting, I'm guessing we'll just go with it like next week or something. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah, so Noble, you have no choice now.
Yes, because dirty secret, we're airing Noble's laundry a little bit. He hasn't really seen many Rider shows to completion.
Yep.
So.
I have a busy life.
This is us forcing him to do it.
Yep. You need to get on our levels.
I know, right?
We've been in this fandom for 84 years.
I've been
Actually,
too busy screwing up Chroma Squad Let's Plays. I'm sorry.
Actually, it's been like 6 for me, and I think about the same for you, Crunch.
Yeah, something like that.
Yep.
But anyway, so that's pretty much the only housekeeping we have to take care of.
There is one thing I did want to mention. Crunch, this is more a thing for you to more or less explain, because I don't know. One of our great lovelies that listen to this program was basically asking if there was going to be a strict audio set place where they can just listen to the audio, say, like, if they're on the go.
Ah, yes, I did see that on the Facebook, and I did sort of mention this in our Dino episode, but I'll go ahead and cover that again here. We are posting the episodes on Podomatic.com, and you can find them at writertownradio.podomatic.com, and you can basically download the episodes there, and you can put them in whatever device you use to listen for audio. And there's also another handy feature where on the profile for the show on the site, it has a iTunes button, so if you follow podcasts through like iTunes and stuff, you can just click that, it'll load it into your iTunes, and then you can have the episodes coming straight down there. Now, the one kicker is that because, like any other audio hosting site, it does have limitations for space and stuff. As we keep posting episodes on there, older ones will start being deleted when I need to like make space for them. So if you want to keep them as like an archive, then do that. You can just download them and keep them as an archive, and then the YouTube versions will be up for pretty much ever unless we start getting hit with problems. So yeah, if you want audio strict, just go to writertownradio.podomatic.com, and that's all one word for Writertown Radio, and you can just subscribe there or put your feed in through iTunes or something like that. And then I will also be putting audio links or links to the audio version in the descriptions as I put these up on YouTube. So yeah, hopefully that was clear enough, and I didn't sound like an idiot.
Nope, I understand.
Yep.
So yeah,
So, yes, next week for Ridertown Radio, we will be talking about Kamen Rider Ghost Episode 7,
and I believe it's Dino Charge 18.
Episode 18,
And Fi's episode 1.
Episode 1.
So yeah,
Good thing I like the Fi's opening. Thank you, Rider Chips.
well, you'll be getting plenty of that because this show is now justifying us rewatching it.
Boo!
I was trying. You beat me to it. I was gonna try and make some joke about ends justifies the means.
We really need to start up closing this earlier.
Yeah.
See, I pulled one too.
I completely missed that one.
I said start up.
Oh. That one was a little bit more subtle. But yes, thank you all for listening, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Oyasumi.